welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we get going here with another great conversation, let's thank the sponsors that make the broadcast possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. On the phone line now is Alex Wright, Vice President of Wright's Furniture. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for being here with me today. We got some interesting topics to cover here. The focus of this one is sleep. Sleep is very important for your health and your well-being throughout the entire day. You're going to be happy that you had a good night's sleep, and you can have your a better night's sleep, and that can be helped by Wright's Furniture. Is that right, Mr. Alex Wright?
That's right, and I am living proof that a good night's sleep is good for your health, because we have a 1-year-old at home who's got kind of come down with a cold lately, and I've been sleeping in the chair, the recliner, with her every night, and sitting up as tall as I can so she can sit up with me. My wife and I have both been doing that, so haven't had the best night's sleep the past few nights, and I can definitely tell a difference.
Oh, goodness. Well, as we are just learning about this right now, we're even more happy to have you in, because you've been dealing with some crazy things that not everyone is having to deal with. With a 1-year-old that's dealing with a little bit of a sickness, now you're really understanding what that restful night's sleep will do for you. Is the 1-year-old feeling a little bit better?
Yeah.
Good.
No, she's so much better. But so what I wanted to talk about today, Tim, was some good practices for what you can do to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
We spend 1/3 of our life sleeping, and that affects the quality of life of the other 2/3 that we spend awake. So it is paramount to get a good night's sleep. And here's some tips that can help you achieve that.
Sure.
So first of all, you want to establish a consistent sleep schedule. You want to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This will help your body regulate your internal clock. So establish a consistent sleep schedule. I got 10 here. So number 2 is create a relaxing bedtime routine. You want to develop a calming pre-sleep routine to help you get in the mood for sleep, such as reading a book, taking a warm bath. That'll help you get in the bedtime routine. Yeah. Number 3 is limit exposure to screens before bed. If you reduce exposure to electronic devices like phones, tablets, computers, at least an hour before bed, the blue light emitted can interfere with your sleep-wake cycle. So you want to make sure that you limit your screen exposures at least an hour before bedtime. Number 4, optimize your sleep environment. So you want to make your bedroom conducive to sleep by keeping it dark, quiet, cool. Invest in a comfortable mattress and pillows. So that's number 4, is optimize your sleep environment. Number 5, watch your diet. You want to avoid caffeine, nicotine close to bedtime. These substances can disrupt your sleep. So a good diet will help help make it easier to fall asleep. Number 6, you want to exercise regularly. So engaging in regular physical activity, but try to finish exercising at least a few hours before bedtime. When you wear yourself out with that exercising, you're going to promote better, deeper sleep at night. Number 7, you want to limit naps during the day. You want to keep a short little cat nap, 20 to 30 minutes. You want to avoid napping too close to bedtime, because that will affect your ability to fall asleep at night. Number 8, you want to try to manage your stress levels. So practice stress reducing techniques like medication, deep breathing, or yoga. That will help you kind of relax and fall asleep at night. Number 9 here is be mindful of your sleep position. The best position to sleep in is called the soldier, where you lay flat on your back and arms and legs, perfectly straight up and down. That is the best position to sleep in. I know not everybody is comfortable in that position, but as far as for your spinal alignment, that's the best thing that you can do. And number 10 is limit your fluid intake before bed. So if you have to get up in the middle of the night, run to the restroom, that's going to disrupt your sleep and keep you from getting that deep, meaningful sleep. You want to limit your fluid intake before bed. So those are my 10 tips for achieving a good night's sleep, best practices.
Wow. I love those tips right there. And the majority of them are about what you do before you hit the hay there. And it's just a lot of things to consider to get a good night's sleep. And they're all very good. And it's going to take a little bit of some lifestyle changes. It really could. A lot of people use that phone all the way until they close their eyes at night. But you're saying that's not good for your sleep cycle.
Right. Yeah. You want to put the phone down if you can. pick up a book for an hour before bed, and just maybe do some prayer or meditation, something relaxing that's going to get you in the right state of mind to fall asleep.
Totally. I feel more awake once I put that phone down. So absolutely, getting on a sleep schedule is absolutely very important to that as well. It's tough though with jobs and such, and life just kind of happens. But you can really feel the effects the next day when you get your 8 hours one night, but you get 5 the next. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you want to get at least 8 hours a night. So you want to make sure that you schedule for that. So what I do is I set an alarm for a certain time every night, and I say, okay, it's time to put the phone down. It's time to wind down. It's time to make sure, to put myself in a position where, because I know when I want to wake up the next morning, I'll put myself in a position to achieve the 8 hours of sleep. That is the best practice for a good night's rest.
Yeah. Another one of your tips in there was you got to keep naps short and keep them away from bedtime. But there is a place for naps in your daily life if you keep them 20 to 30 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, you want to keep them short and avoid afternoon or late afternoon, because that will kind of interfere with your ability to fall asleep that night. Yeah. So if you keep them short and keep them as far from bedtime as you can, that would be best.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's another great tip right there. Sleep position is another one that people are going to have a problem with right there. So arms to your sides, legs straight, you're on your back, and just a very, very boring position right there. Not a lot of people can get comfortable right there, but that's probably the best for your health, it seems.
Yes. No, it's not going to be easy. It's just, it's just like buying a new mattress. The first couple nights are probably going to be tough, but if you can, get your body accustomed to that sleep position, I think in the long run, you're going to have deeper, more meaningful sleep because, it's just the in-between transition between the sleep position or a new mattress that is going to be, it's just a change, in life. It's just something different, but it's proven that it will help you get a better night's sleep if you use that position, and if you have a good quality mattress to that's comfortable and long lasting and is supportive, and that's going to help you get a better night's sleep as well.
100%. We're talking right now with Alex Wright, the Vice President of Wright's Furniture. You guys have 4 locations spanning across South Central Illinois here. Can you name off those locations?
Sure. The original location is in Dietrich, Illinois, which was founded in 1889.
Wow.
We have a location in Robinson. We have our sister store in Effingham, Right at Home Interiors, and they do window treatments, flooring, that kind of thing. And then over in Taylorville is our newest location, the former Jensen's Home Furnishings building. It's our largest location, 60,000 square feet, and a nice, beautiful mattress gallery in there with Tempur-Pedic, some of the big name brands, and then our exclusive line, Wright Sleep mattresses, which are made in Springfield, and they're just the best quality that we can get. They really are a great product.
Wow. So a long history here of aiding people in sleep. Is that something you try to stress when getting someone a new mattress, that, hey, this is not just for your sleeping needs right here. This is going to improve a lot of aspects of your life. I feel like a lot of people aren't taking that into account.
Right. So every customer that walks in the door, whether they're looking for a mattress or not, they need to consider how they slept last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
You come shopping for a mattress because you're miserable. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Is it the pain of getting a new mattress is outweighed by the pain of sleeping on your current mattress?
That's a very interesting way to put that. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody sleeps, and everybody, most people, I would say, have a mattress they sleep on, and it's so important to know that there are options, for a better night's sleep.
Yeah.
And a Wright Sleep mattress can help achieve that.
Without a doubt. We're going to take ourselves a little break. It's already that time, but right now we're speaking with Alex Wright, Vice President of Wright's Furniture. I've loved the conversation so far, talking about the importance of sleep, how to get a good night's sleep. When we come back, we're going to talk about what that good night's sleep will do for you the next day. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network on this USDA crop report day. Corn steady, Beans higher, wheat trading lower. March corn up half a penny, 4.34 3/4. May corn up 1/4, 4.46 3/4. December new crop down 1/4, 4.73 1/2. March beans up 13 1/2, 12.02 1/2. May beans up 12, 12.09 1/2. November new crop 11.79 3/4, up 9. March wheat 5.95 1/4, down 6 3/4. July wheat down 7 1/4, 6.03 1/4. March bean meal 3.53 up $2. March bean oil 47.77, up $1.01. Livestock market March feeders up 3.55, 249.10. February live cattle up 235, 184.57. February lean hogs up 2 cents, 73.40. Energy market March crude oil 75.47, up $1.61. I'm Jim Taylor.
Did you know that Kimmer Village offers volunteer opportunities for individuals, large and small groups on our Assumption campus? This is Shalis Nagel, Executive Director for Kimmer Village. Call Jan Trauber at 217-226-2231 to talk about mentoring our kids, landscaping, painting, or sorting historic photographs. Come and make a difference for kids and families.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU wants to remind area residents you still have time to stop, shop, and vote in our 10th annual scholarship program. 8 senior students, 2 each from Taylorville, Pana, Hillsborough, and Litchfield High Schools will win $1,000 scholarships. Voting continues through February 29th, so you still have plenty of time and plenty of stores to shop. We encourage everyone to think global, shop local, and support our community's small business owners. The complete listing of participating students and businesses is located on our website at tccu.org. Member NCUA.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
Computer Techniques, also known as CTI, is bringing fiber internet to local homes and businesses. For lag-free internet with speeds up to 1 gig, find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Larry Peterson with the Wrap, Pack, and Ship Center, your Taylorville and Christian County UPS outlet. Click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com to view our many packing and shipping services.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. We are in the midst of the WTIM morning show, and we're talking right now with Alex Wright, the Vice President of Wright's Furniture. Before we move on with this great conversation, let's thank the sponsors that make it possible: People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. That first half, we talked about the 10 best practices for a good night's sleep, because a lot of what you do before you go to sleep is going to have an effect on how your night's sleep is. But now we're going to learn about the positive effects of getting a good night's sleep. Once again, Alex, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've also compiled a great list here, which there's just so many positives to getting your solid 8 hours, and that's an 8 hours without screen time and a good sleep schedule. So run us through some of these. These sound really awesome.
Yeah, so I got about 10 here, and I want to save the most surprising. I think it surprised me anyway.
Okay.
When I learned this when I got into the industry a few years back.
Sure.
But, so some of the health benefits of getting a good night's sleep include improved cognitive function. So adequate sleep enhances various cognitive functions such as concentration, attention, problem solving, and decision making. Another thing that good night's sleep is going to get you is enhanced memory consolidation. So during sleep, the brain processes and consolidates memory from the day, helping improve learning and memory retention. Third, it's going to help regulate your mood. So quality sleep plays a crucial role in emotional well-being and helps regulate mood. Lack of sleep is linked to irritability, mood swings, and increased risk of anxiety and depression. Another thing that a good night's sleep is going to get you is it's going to support your physical health. Sleep is essential for the body's ability to repair and regenerate cells, tissues, muscles. It also contributes to a healthy immune system, helping the body defend against illness.
Wow.
So a good night's sleep is going to help with that as well. Another thing is cardiovascular health. So sufficient sleep is linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. It helps regulate blood pressure and reduce the likelihood of conditions such as heart disease and stroke. Another thing that sleep's going to help you with is improved metabolic function. Sleep plays a role in regulating glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity, contributing to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Another thing sleep will help with is reduced inflammation. Chronic inflammation is associated with various health conditions, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and arthritis. Quality sleep helps regulate inflammation in the body. Enhanced athletic performance. So athletes often experience improvements in performance with adequate sleep. It can enhance reaction time, speed, overall physical performance, better stress management. Quality sleep is essential for the body's ability to recover from stress. Lack of sleep can contribute to heightened stress levels and make it more challenging to cope with daily stresses. And the most surprising thing, for me anyway, when I got started a few years back, the most surprising thing that a good night's sleep is going to help with is weight management.
Yeah.
So poor sleep has been associated with weight gain and obesity. It can affect the hormones that regulate appetite, leading to an increased likelihood of overeating and making unhealthy food choices. So getting a good night's sleep is going to help with actually keeping your weight down.
Wow.
So that was kind of the one that really stood out to me. So those are the about 10 or so reasons why it's so important to get a great night's sleep.
That's extremely surprising to me as well, but also at the same time, it's not, because sleep is doing so much for you that you got to, I mean, you talk about metabolism, and you think about inflammation and reducing that. Of course, you can draw the line to, you're just going to have overall better health. And that means you're probably going to lose weight. It's almost like the secret serum. You can sleep and lose weight. Well, you actually can if you really get on a good sleep schedule there. These are some really important factors. And, I'm thinking about some high school athletes right now that might be up late playing video games, but you're going to perform better at the basketball game and the next night if you got a better night's sleep. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I heard this on a podcast the other day.
Sure.
I listened to Mattress Podcast. They talked about how if sleep wasn't a naturally occurring thing, it would be a banned substance. Like, it has so many positive qualities, and people just don't realize that getting a great night's sleep will affect every aspect of your life, your mood, your health, your physical well-being. Getting a good night's sleep will really help with everything in life.
That's a very interesting and true way to frame that. Sleep is a performance enhancing drug right there. If they could, they would outlaw it. That's an extremely interesting thing. So yeah, if you want to have a leg up on the competition, you should get your 8 hours of good sleep, and you should follow the 10 best practices in that first half that we talked about. And this is really interesting right here. You say stress management, all of this stuff, it really does have huge effects on your overall physical health. And of course, your mental health as well, cognitive function. I just feel sharper when I have eight hours, and I'm sure you feel just a little bit slower when you're up late with that 1-year-old.
Yeah. Past couple nights have been a challenge.
Yeah.
It's definitely been worth it.
Absolutely. So we're here in about our last minute and a half here, Mr. Alex Wright. So Alex Wright is the vice president of Wright's Furniture. We talked a little bit about it, but you guys got 4 locations. Did I hear you say 1889 was the first location?
Yeah. So
Wow.
Wright in Dietrich was the
Amazing.
original, founded in 1889 when my grandfather's grandfather traded train tickets to Arkansas for the furniture and funeral home.
Oh my gosh, I love that story. That is awesome.
At that time, land in Arkansas was very inexpensive or free, just because they wanted it to be homesteaded. And he actually had his train car loaded up with all his worldly possessions, and the furniture store owner at the time approached him and said, I want your train car. I'll sell you my business. And my grandfather's grandfather said, I'll do it, but you got to convince the funeral home director to sell to me as well.
Huh.
So, and here we are 130 odd years later. And actually Wright's Furniture is older than Dietrich, the town where we reside.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crazy history right there. And Alex, we're out of time, but I appreciate you for informing us right there, and also on all the great sleep information. Thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That was Alex Wright, Vice President of Wright's Furniture. My name is Tim Zalabak, and you have been listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W.